Spiritual women who put men on a pedestal and have a fear of being abandoned have a anxious attachment style. When there is a perceived threat within your relationship, you will do one of two things. One is create an activation strategy, such as blowing up their phone or creating a reaction so that way you get a response from your man have they not replied to you a few hours past the time you're normally receiving replies from them. Now, when you do this, it obviously pushes people away. You're sending them energy. And when people want and need something from you, typically you want to kind of pull back because it's like, whoa, what is all this? Especially for men. The second thing that you can do is, well, because you have a fear of being abandoned, you're going to leave them before they can leave you. Boy, bye. Ghosting and leaving before you can be left is because of your own fear of being abandoned. So if you grew up in a household where your parents' love was conditional and you didn't get to receive the love that you deserved, or you had to do X, Y, and Z in order to get your mom or dad's validation and approval, their love was very conditional. So when you start to feel like you're not worthy of somebody else's love, you might start doing things like creating a crisis. Hey, I need help, or are you okay? So that way you get that reply. Or, boy, bye. But this is the fear. This is the fear of the abandonment and being left alone. When this happens, the number one thing to actually do is to set clear expectations and boundaries and honor your voice and your needs within the relationship dynamic. Men are interesting creatures. Most of them tend to be controlling type personalities. And there's 4 types of personalities in the matrix. There's controllers, analyzers, supporters, and promoters. When you speak to someone who's a controller, they're always focused on the bottom line result. So when you set clear expectations and boundaries with a masculine man who is a controller, it starts from the heart. Hey, I love this about you. I love this relationship I'm experiencing with you. And here are some things that I'm not currently experiencing that I would like to experience within my relationship with you. Now, is it important for you to maintain a healthy, loving relationship with me? Saying that formula right there will either one of two things. It'll scare a person off. They'll reject your boundary or desire, and they won't want to do what you want. Usually when this happens to women, they want to back off, say, oh, it's okay, you know what, never mind, right? Because you rather get some form of love within your relationship than express your boundary clearly and maintain a healthy relationship. You rather get the breadcrumbs versus the whole loaf. So that rejection is redirection towards somebody that's gonna actually love all of you. But again, that's coming from that you need to be a specific way, X, Y, and Z, in order to receive the love that you want. This is a story you are telling yourself. Express your boundary and get redirected to the person who's gonna love you. Or this person, this is number 2, the person is going to satisfy your boundary because they love you. They want to see the shift so you can be happy as well within the relationship dynamic. Now, if you are anxious, you also need to express this. Hey, I am anxious within my relationships. I need you to be available to me in a reasonable way. Here's something that men hate. We hate being nagged. We hate being told what to do over and over and over. We don't like our mom telling us to clean our room over and over and over again. Hey, did you clean your room yet? Hey, it's been a couple days. Are you gonna do this thing or not? Why is the laundry still in the thing? Men love to serve their women. But if you nag them like their mom and treat them like a child, well, are they really gonna be a man? Are they gonna feel like a man? Are you allowing them to feel masculine when you do this to them? A man who loves you will want to support and serve you and your boundaries and your requests, as long as they're not overwhelming or actually ridiculous. Like actual ridiculous requests, like fly to the moon and grab a piece of cheese from the moon and bring it to me so I can have it for lunch. That's fucking crazy. We can't serve those kinds of requests. But as long as a man is making incremental adjustment to you and your boundaries, that means they're putting in the effort and the work. Not everybody is going to shift right away, so you cannot expect this from them. So reinforcing your boundary. Hey, remember when we talked about this and I thought this would be great for both of us to have a healthier dynamic within our relationships? Oh yeah, I remember. I'm sorry, I spaced out. Because sometimes it takes people a couple of times before they can reset their habits and actually serve you the way you want to be served. But 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. Peace the fuck out. We're done. Like, you gotta decide that this person is wasting your time and it's time to let go. Some men aren't fully emotionally or maturely developed yet, and some men just don't do that until they're like 40 or 60. I as a man, we experience this toxic masculinity where we're told to be a man and we suppress things, and unless enough women leave us, this is what really awakened me, is I realized after my biggest, longest relationship that I was like, man, I really didn't express the things I wanted to express. You know, this time we're not getting back together. And I didn't want to be in the relationship either, but due to this, it forced me to grow, because I'm like, I don't want to be like that in the relationships I want to experience anymore. I don't want this back and forth, yo-yo, anxious avoidant trap stuff, back and forth. That is not passion or love. That is being confused in the anxious avoidant trap. It's a constant push and pull, and it feels like you have to chase, and then when you finally decide to leave, now they chase you, and now it feels like love. Oh, if you let it go, they'll come back. Nah, if you stay in the relationship and you're choosing to stay, it's a legitimate thing, and you keep growing together. You keep having these tough conversations. You keep setting clear expectations and boundaries. Have a weekly check-in. Here's the thing, you wonderful spiritual women. I am choosing to do this work because I grew up in a household where my mom, I watched her get abused, and she one day was begging me to call the police, and I couldn't do it because my dad started abusing me. And then he told me he will break every single bone in my body if I call the police. And I can't even remember that memory. I was like 7 years old. But here's the thing, it's not just the women that suffer, it's also the kids, the children. And I happen to be one of those kids. So on top of that, a woman who knows what she wants, is an empowered and has clear expectations in the relationship dynamics she wants to experience. This forces men to evolve, to actually cater and serve your needs in a healthy, loving way. So through healing the feminine, we're also healing the masculine. And there's a balance between both. That's like the ultimate goal, but we'll usually lean one way or the other. But the ultimate spiritual goal is to be in balance with both your creative side and protector, leader, laser focus. Because when you're too creative, you'll be all over the fucking place, social butterfly. And this work is important to me because it affected my life in such a way. And when I started learning how to communicate and express my needs and my desires in a clear, healthy way, it gave me redirection towards people who will love me for all of me and what I want and the acceptance that I'm looking for, versus people that like aren't really gonna love me. And I'm so much happier. I feel so much freer. So when you set boundaries, especially with the controlling type personality man, remember, this is the bottom line result. It'll get us a better relationship dynamic. This is what I want to experience. I'm really happy with what we have right now, but this is what I want to be experiencing. If you're afraid of what the outcome will be, like they're gonna leave you and abandon you, that's that fear kicking in, right? Because you wanna get some sort of love or relationship dynamic versus having the actual relationship that you actually want because you're willing to settle for less. 87% is not 100%. And it's not everybody's fault. Some people can't love you the way you're willing to be loved. That's why you have to leave and go ahead and find someone and attract someone who will be ready to love all of you. I love you so much. Earlier today, I made the dopest fucking video, and this one, it got like deleted because TikTok had some kind of glitch, and like I just have to redo this one, and it sucks. And like, yeah, I'm angry and I'm putting out my anger to this. So like, I love you so much. Just be kind, be gentle with yourself. Make sure you're expressing your needs and honoring your voice. Do not create this anxious trap for yourself where you're pushing too much and you're creating this activation strategy. Trust yourself, trust your gut, and create boundaries and see if people will accept them or they'll leave, right? Reinforce them. Take the time to do this work and heal that part of you so that way you know if this relationship is actually going towards where you want it to be, or you're just staying in it because you're receiving something that you didn't get growing up. But let go of the fear of the outcome. Express yourself, practice, practice, practice. Every no leads you to the yes. It's just like sales. Some will, some won't, so what? On to the next one. And isolating ourselves and saying we're not gonna date again is the wrong thing to do, because you need that practice to find out what you really want to experience in your relationships and what you're not willing to experience. And jumping straight to somebody else similar to the last because it's what you're familiar with is not doing the inner work or healing that wounded part of you, that little girl, child of yourself, that little you that's hurting. You're not healing that part if you just keep jumping to the same type of dynamic. Do the inner work, practice, look up ChatGPT, like how to ask certain questions or set healthy boundaries. I gave you a formula, and that formula can feel like there's a lot of tension behind it because you're used to like people pleasing and mitigating tension so somebody won't leave you because you fear you're gonna be too much, that you need to be a certain way to be loved. So remember, I love you so much, and I know you're on your path, and I know you're doing this work. Do not give up. You will get there. It's just like everything in life, and that's part of the fun. You get to experience it all. Like, hey, buy me that new car. It's gonna feel good for like a little bit, but having the contrast and the experiences lets you decide, well, maybe I do want that other car. Like maybe I'm gonna go towards that or do that. Like this life just keeps evolving in a spiral exponentially. All right, I love you so much. I'm out. Peace out.